I lost a bet. This is an Audi e-tron S Sportback. It's fast, it's efficient, and judging by the grille, it runs on plankton. First of all, price and range. This machine will set you back just shy of $190,000. And for that, it'll do 378 Ks on a charge, but it'll do those Ks quickly. 0 to 100 time, 4.5 seconds. But there is much more to this car than meets the eye. It is full of surprises, or as the Germans call them, it's got the 2 dots. Let's just say it's got surprises such as adjustable suspension, a 95 kilowatt-hour battery, and 370 kilowatts of peak power delivered to all 4 wheels. So yeah, it's a high-performance vehicle, but at the same time, with the flick of a switch, it becomes one of the most comfortable vehicles I've ever driven, with more leather than a German folk group and ride quality which can only be described as wunderbar. And inside the cabin you have 2 touchscreen displays with perfect contrast even in direct sunlight, allowing you to adjust the vehicle's stance and responsiveness while listening to its Bang & Olufsen 19-speaker sound system. Rear seat passengers get comfort too, with twin USB charging points and air conditioning vents, as well as decent leg and headroom and some teeny tiny storage in the center armrest, plus a 615-litre boot which is big enough for a body, although in-cabin storage is low with a PSC of just 28. The car does come with front storage under the bonnet, but it's only just big enough for the charger, though this does leave room in the boot for a full-size tyre instead of just supplying a pump and a can of goo, which is incidentally my idea of a Friday night. Anyway, enough talk, let's take it for a drive, but not before getting out of my synthetic lederhosen made of the purest, sweatiest polyester. Now, I'm no Audiologist, but this vehicle gives me the impression it wants to go off-road, because if I select down here Drive Select, it'll give me the option of whether I want efficiency, comfort, auto, or dynamic. And if I select off-road, already the car is raising up. The ground clearance is increasing. The only thing is, this is Auckland City. The closest thing anyone here ever gets to off-roading is thinking that 4-wheel drive is a street in Remuera. Good Lord, the car is sitting much higher now. I can feel the difference. Alright, that was fun. Can we please put it back onto car mode now? Man, this thing's going to keep chiropractors in business. It's insane. Okay, so it's 2.6 tons. That's 7 Weight Watchers points. That's a lot of weight. But it doesn't feel lethargic because you've got 370 kilowatts of power and lots and lots of Newton meters of torque. Too many for me to remember. 900 and something Newton meters of torque. Insane. That's why the back of my head hurts a little bit. Just incredible. What's weird about this car though is that it has 3 electric motors. That's not normal. Normally electric cars have either 1 or sometimes in performance models they'll have 2. 1 on the front, 1 on the back. This one has 3. So it's got 2 on the back, 1 on the front, all working in unison to give 370 kilowatts at boost mode. Now I'm in dynamic mode now, which is great and fun, but I'm in Auckland City. All Auckland City drivers do is edge forward, stop at the lights, give up, drink a latte, and then carry on to the next set of lights. It's kind of frustrating having a car this powerful, now I've got a red light, having a car this powerful in Auckland City. You have to ask yourself, why would you buy this car? Why would you buy such a high performance car if you're in Auckland City? And I think I know the answer. So I'm going to do a little experiment. The experiment was simply to take the car down Parnell Rise and back up again to see if it attracted any attention from the well-to-do folks in one of Auckland's most upmarket streets. Let's count the reactions. I've got to get out of the city traffic, which is a good thing because this is not just a car designed for this city. This is a car that's designed and engineered in Germany to zip in and out of corners, to power its way out of curves, to digest country roads. It wants to be driven. So let's get out of the city and put it through some of New Zealand's back roads. The problem is getting out of Auckland isn't easy. Traffic here is nightmarish. So what I'm going to do to make life a little less miserable is set adaptive cruise control. There we go. Set that for 100. All right. Now it will keep pace. It'll do 100 k's an hour. But if a car pulls in front of me and slows down, the car will slow down by itself. I don't have to touch the brake. Don't have to touch the accelerator. It's all good. And I can go one step further, and I love this gadget. By pressing the button on the end of the stalk, lane keeping assist. Now I just rest my hands on the wheel, and it does the steering for me. And the system's really smooth too. It's right up there with Tesla on levels of smoothness. Oh, I love this. This is cool. Living in the future is awesome. So here we go, we're merging. And, I'm gonna brake because I wasn't sure if it was going to. Okay, so it's still got a bit of learning to do. Now, one thing I've always wanted to know is what happens when you let go of the steering wheel while you're doing lane assist. I know you're not supposed to, so I'm gonna keep my hands ready to take over at any second. Okay, so first we've got a little orange light, a little yellow light showing steering wheel. I guess that means I'm supposed to have my hands on it. That's all good. I'm in control. Okay, please take over steering and direct your attention to the road. A sign has now come up on the dashboard. I think that's all it's going to do. Okay. Okay. So now it started binging. Now it's gone red, the little yellow symbol. Please take over steering and direct your attention to the road. But it's still doing it. Emergency. Oh, Jesus, it's pulling my seatbelt. Okay. Christ, it almost. Emergency assist cancelled. It's trying to call the emergency number. Far out. That scared me. Okay, I'm sorry. I won't do that again. Okay. Lesson learned.
But back to comfort, with this being the quietest vehicle I've tested yet.
Look at that. About 73 decibels. That is pretty quiet.
It all added up to a genuinely luxurious ride.
I have the suspension set to comfort mode right now, and it is luxurious. It is gliding over every bump. It feels like a $190,000 car right now. Honestly, this is just heaven. I'm just loving it. Have you ever had one of those experiences where you're on a long drive and you notice just how comfortable it is? Normally when you're really comfortable, you don't even notice, but it's so comfortable you notice it. It's quiet. I'm doing 86 k's an hour right now, and yet I can use a normal talking voice, normal volume. But underneath it, there is a rocket ship waiting to be unleashed. It really is two cars combined into one.
And soon enough, I was off the motorway where I could finally unleash the angry German rocket ship living underneath.
All right, we found some country roads. What I got to do is figure out the 0 to 100 time before I have a bit of fun. So let's pull over here. There's no one on the road. Put the car into dynamic mode. I can feel the back lowering and the front raising ever so slightly. Okay, we are now in dynamic mode. We're in boost mode. You ready? Head back this time, 0 to 100. Here we go. Oh, man. When was the last time driving a car raised your blood pressure? Okay, one more time. There's no one here. Okay. Road is empty. Woo! Love it. Okay, let's have some fun. Man, I've had a lot of fun thrashing this thing through the countryside. Felt great. Finally, I've managed to drain the range down low enough to warrant a recharge. So I'm going to now head up north to the hyper rapid chargers on the Bombay Hills and see what speed this car charges at. The problem with electric cars today is that they've got so much range. It's not like it was back in the old days. Cars today have so much range that you end up running out of room in your bladder long before the battery's going flat. All right, wait till you see this. I'm on the wrong side. Okay, wait till you see this. All right, this is CCS plug. Let's go and get it. Audi put the plug on the first third of the car, so sometimes it might not reach, but these new chargers, no worries. All right, let's go swipe the card and get this thing charging. All right, it's as easy as swiping the access card, selecting the charger. No, it already selected for me because it knows I've just plugged it in, and that's it. It's charging by itself. Now let's see, what speed will it charge? Will it be 80 kilowatts? Will it be 120 kilowatts? Will it be more? Let's find out. Okay, so it's sucking down 138 kilowatts. Can it reach 8? There we go, 138 kilowatts it's touching on now. That is insane. That is 2 residential streets charging right now, going down that cable into that German machine. Out of this world. And that gives me only just enough time to jump inside and talk to you about the battery. We're now charging at 142 kilowatts, when I just checked a moment ago, which is pretty good. That's not bad. By today's standards, that's A-OK. Nice work, Audi. That means that this car is going to take about 45 minutes to charge to 80%, which is not bad. That'll give you about 300 Ks of range. For example, right now, if I get my phone and show you phone cam, you can see that it is showing we have 37 minutes to go if I wanted to charge it to full using this charger right in front of us. As for charging at home, you do get a regular household trickle charger with the car. That will probably take a day and a half or 2 days to charge the car with that. What you could do, however, and this is what I recommend, is using a charging company provider such as this one, EVNex. I've only heard good things about them on social media. They provide a 7 kilowatt charger, which would charge this car overnight. And that would set you back around about $2,000, depending more or less on where it's going to be installed, the cabling required, but $2,000 is a safe ballpark, and that would give you peace of mind. You could plug it in when you get home, and in the morning, your Audi e-tron S Sportback is ready to rock and roll. And speaking of that, I now have 183 kilometers of range showing, more than I need to get home, so I'm going to go unplug and call it a day.
But before I do that, let me do a quick shout out to Ecotricity, New Zealand's only certified carbon zero electricity provider. What that means for you is that every single electron they produce is not only competitively priced, but 100% clean. So if you want to be on the right side of history, join now at ecotricity.co.nz. Go on and make the move. You've got nothing to lose but a lot to gain. And while you're on the website, check out the EV Buyer's Guide, where you'll find the prices and ranges of every electric vehicle on sale in New Zealand, including this one, which, as you're about to find out, gets my admittedly worthless tick of approval.
I've had a lot of fun driving this car around. It's just been great. And if someone were to give me one, I would gladly own it. There are 2 main reasons I can think of why you would buy this electric car. First of all, flexibility. It is 2 cars in one. By pushing a few buttons, you've either got a comfortable highway cruiser. It's gliding on a cloud right now. Push a few other buttons, and it is a corner-hugging beast. It's just brilliant that they've got 2 vehicles into one somehow. It's incredible. It's night and day. It is a bipolar car. The second reason I would buy this car is exclusivity. There's a lot of choice in the market right now in New Zealand for electric cars. Many of them are very fast, very sleek. The most popular electric car being sold today is from an American manufacturer, and you know the one I'm talking about. It rhymes with Cessna. By all standards, it's a fantastic machine, and the fact that it's the best-selling electric car in New Zealand is testament to that. But it's not exclusive. You see them everywhere now. There's a nickname for them in America called the California Camry. That's how ubiquitous they are. So if you wanted something a bit more exclusive, this is the car for you. Oh, I'm going to miss this car. I don't want to hand it back. It is one of the coolest electric cars I've ever driven. That being said, there's a lot more cars coming up soon, so if you do want to see more stuff like this, hit the subscribe button, follow our page, because there's a lot more coming. It's a great time to be an electric car fan right now. Audi with your e-tron S Sportback. It may have a ridiculous name, but it's a very cool car. Do I have to give it back?